The holiness of stopping. A Sabbth reflection for the threshold season. If you find yourself in a threshold season, welcome to the SaucyRoots Front Porch Project and the season of threshold. Tonight we are going to talk about the holiness of stopping. Before the night fully envelops us in a star-filled wonder, let the world around you soften a little. Do not rush to finish the dishes. They can wait. Leave the unanswered emails in the inbox. They, too, can wait. And the load of laundry sitting in the dryer, well, it too can wait. Tonight is not about how much we can complete. Tonight is about being present. So, let's sit on the porch. Let's rest in the quiet of outside. Let's be and accept that we are who we are right now. Sabbath rest is not merely about taking a break from work and responsibilities, though it can be strangely hard to adopt and maybe be counterintuitive or become a form of laziness. But it is a major act of balancing and fulfilling life. It's a deliberate act of slowing down, of allowing ourselves to be present in the moment, and of recognizing the value of rest and stillness in our lives. It's a time of pause, to reflect and to connect with something or someone greater in our lives. And according to Psalms 46:10, Mark 2:27, and Exodus 28 through 10, they all remind us to pause, be still, reconnect with our inner world, our loved ones, and our spiritual beliefs. We live with this persistent conviction that busyness equals success, and it is the key to happiness. We feel that we need to work harder to break the cycles of the never-ending tasks. We have to meet our deadlines and obligations more consistently and be on the go with very little time for ourselves, our families, or our spiritual well-being. I think many of us have forgotten how to stop inwardly, even while resting. We have our thoughts that continue moving through the planning process, consistently analyzing what's next, ceaselessly preparing for the future which we know nothing of, and perpetually carrying a doomsday effort into all that we have on our plates, bringing a pace of survival to the moments that were designated and designed really for restoration. We've all heard in recent years that the constant pressure to stay productive harms our physical, mental, and our spiritual health. But yet, here we are, continuing to stay in a place of busyness anyway, believing the rush is power, the necessity for survival, when we need to hold on insistently to imperfection, accept incompleteness, and find peace in chaos. By letting go of the constant fixing, striving, and achieving, we're opening ourselves up to a deeper sense of peace, joy, and connection. During the threshold season, slowing down is tough, but rest is necessary to recognize our limits and find peace during chaos, not perfection or task completion. Slowly rest. Though at first it will feel disorienting and uncomfortable, over time with practice, in these moments of stillness and rest, we will find the answers, insights, and clarities that we seek. The threshold is about considering that we are more than what we produce, the deadlines we are bound to, and the chaos around us, which makes it more difficult to slow down, though it is written that we need to be still and know that He is God. The word stillness to the busybody sounds glorious, maybe a bit unnervingly gentle, but it also has a tenacity to do the opposite by revealing what busyness is helping us avoid. At all costs, we avoid such things as our weariness from the rushing, or our grief over lost time and effort, our longing for what we were told could be the more, our uncertainty over every little thing, the quiet aches of becoming who we were intended to be, those are the lifelines to the busybodies we need to be for surviving in a chaotic world, right? Stillness calls you to welcome a different rhythm that encourages us. We got to just leave all life's unfinished tasks. Let go of the rush, step away from the fixing, and refrain from striving, but to live into the relationship being restored through grace. Resting on the front porch long enough to recall that God stays present and remind yourself to be still in His presence, even as our lives feel as if they are unfolding or seeping at every crack and crevice. Isn't this all that we truly need as the first step in this ongoing biblical size relationship? The holiness of stopping begins with grieving and giving yourself the gift of Sabbath rest, but grieving over the time that you don't give yourself Sabbath rest. Breathing, resting, accepting, and letting the world go on without you. The dishes will wait patiently, the emails will wait unanswered, and the laundry will wait to be imperfectly folded. Focus tonight on being present, still, and at peace. You do not earn gentleness. You do not need to justify your rest or think that you are less worthy of peace. You are worthy of all this because you are a child of God. My friends, listen to the presence keepers and the wisdom whisperers, and honestly honor the holiness of just stopping. For in the beauty and freedom of rest, we find renewal. In abandoned stillness, we find clarity. In His finished presence, we find peace. Allow yourself the grace to slow you down and willingness to let go of the need of the constant striving and achievement. While lingering here, you may discover a new, more perfected sense of peace, a deeper refining connection between you and the Father, maybe, and a renewed appreciation for the benefit of simply being. Well, as the night slowly creeps in, before you find yourself snuggled deep in your covers, turn on a lamp instead of the overhead chandelier in your bedroom. Grab a thin blanket and wrap yourself up with a warm cup of sleepy time tea. Stop and notice what pace you have moved at lately, and for a few minutes, release the pressures of the day. Release the demands of the deadlines. Release the quiet conversations that taunt us to return to what we know is busy. Release whatever pressure you have to be anything other than human. Here's your reminder to stop thinking that you need to earn gentleness or to justify your rest. Your healing will come because you are worthy of peace, goodness, kindness, and love. Rest is allowing yourself to be loved and treated graciously while your own two hands accomplish absolutely nothing. Blessings look like quiet evenings at the end of the week of hustle. Blessings look like a rest stop for what the rest of the week tried to unravel or stir up. Blessings are the softer notes of the harmony, of the softer rhythms to the nervous system. And they are, without a doubt, what your nervous system will long to repeat. Be still and know that you are worthy without proving anything tonight. Be still and know the unfinished will wait until you arrive. Be still and know. Go gently on yourself this week.